Hey, good morning. Welcome back to McLovin Garage. On today's episode, I'm going to start getting some parts ready for Llama Barn Valiant. Speaking of Valiants, here's my other 67 Mordor. If you haven't seen the video on that, you should go check it out. This car is pretty sweet. Slant 6, 3-speed. There's the Dodge truck that just came out on the channel as well. We're going to fire this up. Today, I'm going over to a buddy's place, and we're going to do a little testing on a camshaft. I'm going to take some parts so that he can clean them up for me, blast them so I can paint them. And what else am I doing today? Cam testing, parts cleaning, and hanging out, really. Let's see how she starts this morning. Maybe? Almost. Come on, girlfriend. There we go. That a kid? Man, I need to clean my windshield. That might be the first order of business this morning. So yeah, we're gonna run over to his place, and he's got a parts washer, and then a big solvent tank, and a sandblaster. And so I'm gonna take some parts over, and he's gonna blast some parts for me so I can paint them. We're gonna take my comp cam kit, and we're gonna throw it in a 318 that he's got tore down, and we're gonna just double check that everything lines up how it's supposed to and matches up the way it should, and roll it over in that engine, check that the lifters are moving in the bores on his engine before I do the same on my engine, just trying to prevent as many failure points as possible on these hydraulic flat tappet cams. And then we're going to check out some of his projects. I don't know if I'll video that, maybe, if he's cool with it. And then what else? Yeah, those are the two main goals today. Just some hangout time. Come along with me, and I'm going to show you some of the things I bought and I've got for Llama Barn that are ready for installation. So let's move this thing over to the shop. This old Valiant's become my weekend daily driver. Drive it all over the place. It's getting pretty awesome fuel economy. With the Slant 6, I've put one tank of fuel in it. I've had it a couple weeks now, and it just keeps rolling. I haven't put any fuel in it for a while now. The 3 on the tree is pretty awesome, so that's been fun. Man, I might have to wash the windows real quick, guys. This isn't gonna work. Maybe I can do that after I'm done loading. But let's get her back to the shop. To the shop. I should let her warm up a little more, but that ain't gonna happen right this minute. Ah, there's Llama Barn. Hello, girl. As you can see, I've got parts all over the place for this car. There's a front splitter that I bought from a buddy up in Canada. There's a overflow tank for the new radiator. I got a set of Mopar police wheels to swap out for these 14-inch Steelies. We're gonna have 15-inch police wheels all the way around. There's the 318 that's going in the car. So I want to take these valve covers off today, and they're gonna go to my buddy Donovan to get blasted. So those need to come off real quick. I've got 3 of these bucket seats. I'm going to obviously only put 2 of them in the car. This one's better shaped than one of the ones that I've got, so I'm going to swap it out. Comp cam kit. For those that are curious, It's an XE 268H, Extreme Energy 268H, full kit, gear, springs, all of it. Got new AVS2 carb, gasket kit. I've got a McLeod clutch. I've got a new reproduction Mopar non-silenced air cleaner. I've got the 318 call out, new high volume oil pump, new starter. Got a push rod checking tool. I got a prime tool for priming the oil system. I got all the little nuts and bolts for the transmission and the shifter. There's the Hurst Competition Plus. And when that fell down, Hurst Competition Plus. I've got a new gasket for the rear trunk and lock, shift lever, all new, all the parts for the shift lever, all the parts for the transmission. I've got a 6-quart road race oil pan from Mylodon with a new pickup. That's actually one of the cool trick pieces of kit that I've got. I've got some carburetor stuff here, some new carb studs. I've got the Chrysler throttle lever adapter for the Edelbrock. Yeah, the new radiators underneath the bench. I've got plug wires. I've got all sorts. That thing's cool. I want the 446 barrel. Yes, please. But here's the bell housing, which has been a shade of gold and red, and I want to blast it and paint it, repaint it. There's the Summit Racing intake I'm going to use, aluminum 4-barrel. Got transmission parts. There's the 4-speed. There's the linkage and the flywheel, transmission mount, all sorts of parts and pieces for this car. There's the shift boot, needs to be cleaned up. Drive shaft sitting back there, leaned up against the back. If you haven't seen under the hood in a while, I probably need to clean this up a little bit. I might pull it out and pressure wash it before I throw the engine in. I did fix the engine mounts. They were ripped through, and so I strengthened those and had them welded. A buddy welded those up for me. It's going to get new exhaust. I'm going to do probably 2.5 inch with a set of Flowmasters and probably dump them prior to the rear axle. There's not a lot of space around the fuel tank, and I think I want to dump them up under the car and just make it simpler and lighter. Less weight will be better. I do have a new window. For those of you that follow Llama Barn, it had a piece of plexiglass in the driver window. Colin, Jamie's brother, had shut the door kind of hard and it broke, and so I'm gonna fix that. There's the awesome rim blow steering wheel. These are those other bucket seats that I've got. There's the glass on the back. It's kind of hard to see, it's dark in there, but the glass on the back seat. Yeah, I've got I do have, like I said, another grill, an emblem, and surround. I got that out of that parts car that I took apart, and just trying to get myself in order to get this car going. I really would love to have it done here in the next month or two. And as far as done, I just mean running. All the detail stuff can come later. I want to get it running and driving, and then start giving it some test and tune. So I'm gonna get started here real quick. I'm gonna take these valve covers off, and so I can get them blasted. I need to get the PCV out and a couple other things off of it, but those need to come off so that I can get them over to my buddy. If you don't follow, if you're here and you don't follow Burnout and Brake Stuff, that's my buddy Donovan's channel. It's called Burnout and Brake Stuff, and he's got a bunch of other cool Chrysler products and Mopar stuff. But check out his channel if you get a chance. All right, let's get some parts off this thing. I want to break those, although that one's worse for wear. Let's see, probably let's get these out of the holder. That one wants to come off, easy enough. Put that on the parts counter. Let's see, but those are 7/16. They are easy enough. So as far as what I want to do with this engine, it's a 1973 318. If you haven't, there's video actually of this running on an engine run stand at Donovan's house, Burnout and Brake Stuff. And we test compression, and we check oil pressure and do some of those types of tests. So if you'd like to see that and see what this thing looked like there, it is on his channel. But the goal here is I want to put a cam in it, new timing, new gear set, so that's tight. I want to do, it'll need, the cam calls for some new valve springs, but I plan to leave the top end stock, other than the stiffer springs. And then once I do that, I want to put a four barrel manifold on it. I don't know why I'm doing this the hard way. I've got this. Hey, look at that. That's easier. But yeah, 4-barrel intake, Edelbrock ABS 2 carb. I'm probably gonna, at least initially, run the factory exhaust manifolds. I know there's some people will probably comment on that. I've had people, friends, think that I'm done for doing that. But I imagine this engine's gonna come back out again, and I'm not a huge fan of headers. I'm not going to be running this on a drag strip at wide open throttle. And I appreciate the simplicity and ease of maintenance, and I just don't want to run them. At least initially, I'm not going to. The whole reason I'm building this car is for autocross racing. So at some point, if I run it and I find that it's not competitive, I will probably put some headers on it, and all my friends that said you should put headers on it, they can just say, I told you so, you're dumb. And that's fine. If I'll take the abuse, but for now, I'm going to run it with a set of manifolds and see how competitive or not competitive it actually is. So if it doesn't work well and it sucks, then I'll change it. But until then, I'm going to run it without manifolds, or with manifolds and not with headers. All right, there's one. Let's get this other one off here real quick. All right, let's get this one off. Let's get this too. I don't smash it into things. Did I forget a bolt? No. Just on there. All right, well, let's get a pry tool, also known as a screwdriver. This has been on here a while. Doesn't want to come off. Let's see. Oh, man, that is on there. Let's get a rubber mallet. Persuade it off there. There it comes. Come on, baby. Mucho better. All right. Let's get this off. What am I stuck on? Wires. That's what I'm stuck on. Oh, and the gasket. And the gasket. This has been on there since the dawn of time, it would appear. Who knows when the last time this motor was, if ever, taken apart. Head's got some carbon, but overall they seem pretty decent. Like I said, I'm gonna run it kind of the way it is. Obviously with a few changes, but I don't plan to. Just a few small things. Oh yeah, I am gonna put that road race oil pan on it with a high volume pump and the pickup, so hopefully I don't lose any oil pressure when I'm going around corners. And hopefully that will help preserve the life of this little 318. I'm kind of excited to show hopefully what this little 318 will do. I guess if it sucks, then again, another told you so moment. But I don't think it's gonna. I think it'll perform okay, especially in a light car like the Valiant. These are stubborn today. All right, I'm gonna work on this. Probably not something you care to watch, and I'll get back to you. All right, I got the valve covers off. I bought 2 of these bags from Summit. They're engine bags. I know I'm gonna be working on this engine and we'll have it torn apart to varying degrees here in the next couple weeks, and so I wanted to have a bag that I could put it in so it doesn't get dirty, keeps the crap off of it. Summit had these. I think they're like $8 or $9, and I bought 2 of them, so I have a couple bags to put engines in. There's the old carburetor. There's the valve cover bolts. There's some bolts for the bell housing for the dust cover, PCV valve. What else did I do? Oh, I found my pulleys for the car. For the engine, they were upstairs. I need to paint them. And then out here, I've got some stuff loaded up to go to Donovan's. So I've got these Wyand aluminum finned valve covers. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to run those or if I'm just going to run the factory ones. But I've got them ready to be cleaned and blasted. There's the bell housing. There's the dust cover. I got the road racing pan. Donovan wanted to see that, and I've got my comp cam to go test. So there's the load of things to go over to Donovan. Uh-oh. That must need to go in farther. Didn't want to close. There we go. Now we got it. Now it's closed. Yeah, look at that old Valiant. 67 4-door. 67 2-door.